Good evening, viewers. Balo Year Orav. This is LTV1, your community television programme. I'm your presenter, Eamonn McCarthy, for this evening. I hope you enjoyed tonight's programme. I now hand you over to Pat O'Connell for the news and sport.
Hello and welcome to this week's LTV News and Sports Desk. We'd like to start off this week to inform all our viewers that a new All-Ireland free travel scheme is being introduced from the 2nd of April 2007. As I say, if you're aged 66 and over, you can travel all over this island for free. The free travel scheme is being extended to allow travel within Northern Ireland. Pensioners who wish to travel within Northern Ireland are required to apply for a senior Smart Pass card, and you can pick up these application forms by calling to the local social welfare office, or if you wish, they're also available from the Citizens Information Centre, which is situated below in Ceylon Haven at Lucy's Lane, Macroom. So, as I said, good news there again for senior citizens and those that are aged over 66 with the introduction of the All-Ireland Free Travel Scheme. Now, as we're hitting into the month of March, here in Macroom and in the Lee Valley area, we'll be looking forward to the annual St. Patrick's Day Parade and now the St. Patrick's Week Festival. Now, the first of the bands will arrive in Macroom on Sunday, the 11th of March. This is the first group from Philadelphia. This year they're travelling with a strong party of 130 people with them. And as I say, they will be in Macroom for the whole 10 days leading up to the Patrick's Day Parade. Also, this year, in association with the County Arts Officer, Cork County Council have provided funding for the St. Patrick's Day Committee to provide a facilitator, who is Bernice Cochran, to various schools in the Lee Valley area in order to put on a pageantry for the St. Patrick's Day Parade. And Bernice, over the last month and a half, has been working with schools in Ballinagree, Dromley, Killamatra, Coachwood, Rasheen and Munnafluck. And all these schools, as I say, will now be taking part in the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Macroom. Now, also on that week, running into the festival week, on Thursday, March the 15th, the Macroom GA Club are holding a Monster Night of the Dogs at the Curraheen Park track in Cork. And at presently, club members are around calling to doors, selling tickets which are €10, which gains you entry into the track on the night. And there's also a draw on the ticket for €500 first prize, €200 second prize, and €100 third prize. And as I say, the bands that are coming in will also be attending that night, so there'll be a great night involved in the track in Cork, and it's all a part of the St. Patrick's Week festivities. Any clubs now or businesses that would like to enter floats into the St. Patrick's Day Parade, and say here's a great opportunity for clubs and businesses to promote your club or your business free of charge by entering a float into the Patrick's Day Parade. If you would contact the chairman of the Patrick's Day Committee, is Padraig O'Driscoll, and Padraig can be contacted on 087 2322 505. That's 087 2322 505. And we would encourage, as I said, clubs and businesses in the locality to please make an effort and make the parade successful, because the Patrick's Day Committee have informed us that this year is going to be one of the biggest and best parades they've put on since the parade started. We will note here about a pilgrimage to Medjugorje, which is departing Cork Airport on the 4th of May for 1 week, and the all-in price is €611. That's inclusive of everything. Accommodation is near the church, and details and booking forms are available from John O'Connell on 0264007. That's, as I say, a pilgrimage to Medjugorje on Friday the 4th of May. And if you want further details, please contact John O'Connell on 0264007. I'd like to compliment the transition year students of De La Salle College, Macroom, who made presentations recently to 3 charitable organisations in Macroom Town. That is Macroom Senior Citizens, the Macroom Cope Foundation, and St Vincent's de Paul Society. They all received cheques for €650 out of their Christmas charity appeal. Now this appeal is going on with a number of years, and great credit is due to the teachers in DSL College and also to the transition year students down over the years who have provided money to these three charitable organisations. Also, the students at DSL College presented a cheque as well for €1,550 to the Children's Hospital in Crumlin that was out of a walk or a hike that they did out in Gougane-Barra. And again, a great amount of money collected there, €1,550, and compliments to everybody involved in these two fundraising events. Benlegree ICA, they are holding a cookery demonstration, and this has been done by Sarah Shanahan in the National School Benlegree on Thursday, the 1st of March at 8 p.m. Admission is €6, and the proceeds are going to the Good Shepherd Society, caring for homeless girls, women and children. So that's a very good cause there, a cookie demonstration by Sarah Shannon in Benlegree National School on Thursday the 1st of March, and we'd encourage everybody to come along and support this worthwhile cause. All those that are into dancing or want to learn about dancing, you have an opportunity to go along to the Macroom GA Pavilion on next Monday night, the 5th of March, where dance classes will commence by two very qualified tutors. Now, the first session is from 8 to 9, and this will include jive, salsa, and the cha-cha. And then from 9 to 10, those that are interested in waltzing, quick steps, and tango, these are the three dances that will be taught during that period. So that's next Monday night, the 5th of March, in the Macroom GA Pavilion, dance classes commencing. Now also next Monday night, the Macroom Senior Citizens Annual General Meeting will take place in the Father Ryan Hall, Macroom, at 8:30 p.m. and all members are welcome to come along. That's Macroom Senior Citizens Annual General Meeting on next Monday night, the 5th of March, in the Father Ryan Hall at 8:30 p.m. Now, speaking about senior citizens, as you're aware, every year the Senior Citizens Stroke Active Retirement Group here in Macroom, they organise a 5-day break, and this year they are off to the sunny southeast and to Wexford town. Now, the trip is being organised from Sunday the 20th of May until Friday the 25th of May, and the hotel that's being used is the Quality Hotel and Leisure Club, which is situated about 1.5 kilometres from Wexford town. Now, this is a very good package, and anybody that's interested in going, would you please get in contact with the Senior Citizens Stroke Active Retirement Group at Ceylon Haven, and the number is 026 41698. Now, the package includes 5 nights bed and breakfast and 5 evening meals. Return coach from Macroom to Wexford, and there are 4 day tours. And the day tours will include the Dunbrody Ship and the J.F. Kennedy Memorial Park, Rosslare Strand and Rosslare Harbour, plus a visit to Yala Farmstead and Folk Park, a trip to Courtown Harbour, Courtown Wood and Tara Hill, and another trip to Old Ladies Island and some shopping in Wexford town. Now, the trip will depart from Macroom, as I say, on Sunday the 20th of May at 10:30 a.m. The total cost, which I think is of great value, is €350 per person sharing. Now, if anybody needs to go in a single room supplement, that's also available, and it will cost €20 a night extra. Now, as I say, this is a well worth break. It's 5 days, and there's a wonderful entertainment later on by night as well. And anybody that's interested in going, you can, as I said, contact the Macroom Senior Citizens Stroke Active Retirement Group at Ceylon Haven, and the phone number again is 026 41698. Or you can also contact Evelyn McSweeney at Middle Square, Macroom, and her phone number is 026 41070. Macroom Flower and Garden Club, they are presenting a talk and demonstration by Jodie, who's from Griffin Garden Centre in Courthouse, Macroom, on Thursday the 8th of March at 8 p.m. Everybody is welcome to come along. That's Macroom Flower and Garden Club. They're presenting a talk and demonstration by Jodie, who's from Griffin Garden Centre at Crookcore House, Macroom, on Thursday, 8th of March at 8 p.m. and everybody is welcome to come along to this talk and demonstration. Now, as regards our own station, LTV, anybody that has problems receiving reception or receiving the programs, those people that are watching might know people that have a problem in receiving the reception. Would you please ask them if they have a problem to contact this number? It's 026 41981. That's 026 41981, and we will do our utmost to get somebody to call to them to see if they can pick up reception, because in fairness now, over the last 2 years, LTV has made vast improvements in transmitting on transmitters and trying to improve the signal going out to different people, and we are aware that there are people out there who cannot receive the program, but this could just basically be down to simple things like tuning the television set. Now, you have to have the proper aerial as well to pick up the station, so if people are having problems, if they contact that number 026 41981, we will do our best to get somebody to have a look at, see if you can pick up the signal, because I know from my own experience here in Macroom Town that the reception is perfect here, people have it, and the people next door can't get it. It's just a matter of tuning in your television set properly and having the proper aerial. So again, if you know anybody, as I say, the people that can't receive it, I'm only wasting my time talking, they can't get it, but people that can receive it and that know people that can't get the reception, please give us a ring on 026 41981, and as I say, we will do our best to get someone to have a look, see if the reception can be picked up. Now, going on to sport for last weekend in the West Cork League, the following were results. The Beamish Cup quarterfinals were played last Sunday, and there was one local team involved, that was Lisa from Inchigeelagh, and they went down 1-0 to Altred Celtic. So that was the only local team left in the Beamish Cup. And in the Beamish Division 2 League, Dromry Dynamos 1, Riverside Athletic 2. Now, fixtures for this coming weekend: on Sunday the 4th of March in the Beamish Premier Division League, Leaside from Inchigeelagh take on Bunratty United in Inchigeelagh at 2:30 p.m. And in the Beamish Division 1 League, Clonakilty AFC versus Kilmichael Rovers at 2:30 p.m. in Clonakilty. And in the Division 2 League, Dunmanway Town B take on Ceylon at 2:30 p.m. in Dunmanway. And also in the McCarthy Sports Cup Bantry Division 2 Cup, this is a quarter-final game. Dromry Dynamos are at home to Artfield, and this game is on at 11 a.m. Macroom Soccer Club Lotto. This week the numbers were 3, 9 and 26, and there was no winner, and the jackpot was at €1,200, and the €70 went to Leila Murphy of Cox Street, Macroom. GAA results from last weekend. In the County Intermediate Football League played last Sunday, Macroom North 6, Grinnell 1-7. And in the Mid-Cork Board Junior Football League games played last weekend, Kilmichael 3-10, Kilmurray North 3. Ahina 1-6, Erogue 1-5. Under 16 A League, Macroom 2-13, Inniscarra 1-5, and Macroom 3-7, Ballincollig 4-7. Last Sunday up in Knocknagree, the semi-finals of the Conor Marie were played, and Didasan Macroom took on St. Brendan's Killarney in the first semi-final, and the result was Didasan Macroom not 11, St. Brendan's Killarney 3-10. So the champions, Didasan Macroom, bow out of this year's competition. But again, great credit due to the school for competing and for getting to the semi-final stages for the second year in a row after winning the competition last year. Fixtures for this coming weekend on Sunday, March the 4th in the County Intermediate Football League at the Tom Creedon Park in Macroom. On Sunday next, the 4th of March, Macroom take on Valley Rovers at 3 p.m. Macroom GA Lotto. These are the results from Thursday, February the 20th. The numbers were 8, 9 and 18. The €70 prize went to Billy Murphy, Corder Macroom, and the jackpot was at €2,200. Now, Macroom Judah Club, they recently held a fundraising draw, and here are the results as follows. The first prize, which was a nest of tables valued at €300, went to Pat Flaherty from Baltimore. The second prize, which was €100, went to Douglas Guilfoyle from Little Island. And the third prize, which was a €100 gift voucher, went to Eleanor Buckley of 26 St. Thomas Park, Macroom. The fourth prize, which was a €50, went to Jodlene Barry Murphy from Coachwood. And the fifth prize, which was €50, went to Lisa Brown from Demanwa. And the sixth prize, which was a €50 travel voucher, went to Chelsea Cunningham from Macroom. And the seventh prize, which was a cosmetic basket, went to Kevin Barry Murphy from Coachwood. So well done to all those there in the Macroom Judah Club annual draw. Now we go to bowling and the Gaeltacht region, and here are the scores for the following weekend. And we'd just like to inform our viewers that the Junior A and the Novice A Championships, they're thrown on a league basis. And here are the scores for this coming weekend. On Saturday the 3rd of March, this is Novice. Joe Murphy takes on Pat Murphy in Clown Road at 3 o'clock. And Connie Lehan takes on Dennis O'Leary, also in Clown Road, at 4 o'clock. On Sunday the 4th of March, in Novice again, Johnny Kelleher versus Ger O'Donoghue, that's in Macroom at 11 o'clock. And Leo Hughes versus Peter Healy, this is also next Sunday, in Macroom at 12 o'clock. And on next Sunday as well, in the Junior A, Patrick Moynihan is throwing Darren Oliver in Clown Road at 2:30 p.m. And also on Sunday, Noel Murphy takes on James Cooney in Clown Road at 3:30. So there are your scores now for the Gaeltacht region for the coming weekend. Now, on last Friday night, the Ryland Boxing Club held a very successful tournament in the Riverside Park Hotel Macroom, where a very large crowd turned up. Tim McCarthy was there for LTV along with our cameras, and Tim did some interviews with the organisers of this boxing tournament.
We are here at the Riverside Hotel in Macroom for one of the very popular boxing tournaments to be held here. And with me here I have Dan Lane, who's the chief organiser of the Ryland Boxing Club and one of the main trainers. Dan, what are your views on the tournament tonight?
Well, I suppose so far we're only halfway as yet, and it's going well. Everything is going well so far. The matches are very close, and I think, in any tournament, like, you want to have matches very close. Like, you don't want to be stopping opponents early or anything like that. But I matched hard contests, as you can see. That some of the contests so far, like, we've lost a few, we've won a few, and that's the way a tournament should be. But I suppose we're delighted here. We're back here in 3 weeks. It's our second show in 3 weeks, and to have a crowd like this back here tonight, it's definitely not every club could pull that crowd in 3 weeks. But I'd say that the one thing is that that to the listeners and to all the fans that have come there, that I would say that we're planning a bigger show again. The last night, everyone went away from here the last night, they were absolutely delighted. They said it was a mighty night's entertainment. And tonight, I will guarantee the second half of this tonight will be even better than last week's. And I would say that what we're planning at the moment might be a once-off that we bring to Macroom. But once we'll hit the papers with it, like I'd say that we could be sold out here in a matter of hours if we'll bring the next show we're planning and thinking about. So I suppose that's what I have to say for the first half of the show anyway, you know. So now I'll hand it back again to Timmy.
Okay, thanks, Dan. We also have with us here tonight Billy O'Donovan from the County Board, who is Chief Official here tonight. And Billy, what are your views on the tournament tonight?
Well, again, as usual with Dan Lane and his mentors, an excellent show. There's very few clubs can put on 5 heavyweight contests, and they're all to come. Again, I'd like to congratulate Rylan and especially Dan Lane. Tremendous work going in, and no matter what show he holds, he gives good value for money. Again, an excellent crowd, and all I'll say is he better start them early because we won't get home at all.
Right, we also have with us Michael Keller from the Ryland Boxing Club. Michael, maybe you'd tell us when Ryland Boxing Club was established and what are your main achievements since it was established?
Well, Ryland Boxing Club was established 28 years ago. This is our 28th year now. Naturally enough, we started from humble beginnings, but we went on to win junior titles, Munster titles, senior titles, and many of our boxers have boxed all over the world. So we're very proud of our achievements. A lot of credit goes, all the credit I would say goes to Dan Lane, but there is a good committee there, and the committee come forth when they want. A lot of them are very silent partners, but they come forward when it's necessary to do so. And tonight is an example now of the achievements we can do. We had some good successes with the Four Nations in Killarney. We boxed with the Gardas and versus the NYPD in Rochestown Park. And all those tournaments were very successful, as well as boxing internationals in the Green Glens in Mill Street.
Okay, thanks, Michael. This has become a very popular sport in this area, and it shows in the crowd that's here tonight. And I would like to wish the Ryland Boxing Club the very best in the future. Thank you. Thank you, lads.
Thank you very much.
I can know, Johnny, I get a happy match. Seconds out, third and final round.
And the winner, ladies and gentlemen, by a computer scoring of 10 points to 7 in the red corner, and please show your appreciation for Marvin Lee there with a nice sporting contest.
Now that's all I have for you this week. As I stated, if you need anything covered, if you want any program announced, or you want anything covered, would you please contact me, Pat O'Connell, at Railway View Macroom, and the mobile number is 087 266 2192. Thank you for watching.
Now we have a lintel reflection from Father Teddy O'Sullivan, parish priest of Kilmurray.
Welcome to Lisarda and to Kilmurray Parish. Well, 1 week on, I hope you're managing to persevere with your Lenten penance or your resolution, whatever it is. I suppose it is important too to remember that God will come to our help, especially if we're finding the going tough. The psalmist says that the Lord will rescue the just in their distress. There are 3 aspects of Lent that we need to keep before us during these weeks. They are prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. We see these in the life of Jesus himself. He withdrew to the desert for 40 days to be by himself, to pray, and to fast. If he felt the need to do it, how much more must we, who are so stressed out these days because of the way we live life? The essence of prayer is raising our minds and hearts to God. To do this, we must of necessity withdraw to a quiet place, to a place where we can be apart, to a place where we can be alone with ourselves and with God. Peace and quiet are really at a premium in our very noisy world today. We must make a very definite decision to bring about these conditions in our lives. The other big challenge, of course, for us today is the challenge of time. Nobody seems to have time anymore. Again, we must make a very deliberate decision about time to pray. Fasting is the second aspect of Lent. Now, fasting is not dieting, even though dieting in itself may be a very good thing. Lenten fasting is something that helps us acquire mastery over our instincts and freedom of heart. In other words, it is meant to help us on our journey towards self-discipline of mind and heart, which of course ultimately leads to true freedom. Fasting, of course, is also a reminder of the Lord's words last Sunday when he said, "Man does not live on bread alone." The Church recommends that we make an effort, say, to keep Fridays as days of fast during Lent. The final aspect of Lent is almsgiving. We're meant to share of our excess with the poor. In this regard, we have Trócaire and many other agencies. May I recommend Trócaire especially to you this Lent? As you know, it is the Irish Catholic Church agency. It sees itself especially as a development agency. It is there for the long haul in many countries in Africa, Asia, and Latin America, supporting all kinds of infrastructural developments in agriculture, education, healthcare, and so on. I recommend Trócaire highly to you. Indeed, if you have any other favourite agency or charity of your own for this time of Lent. May God bless you and your efforts during Lent. Let us pray. Father, through our observance of Lent, you correct our faults and raise our minds to you. You help us grow in holiness and offer us the reward of everlasting life through Christ our Lord.
Andon will now give us news from the Prog Chapter and Cinema.
Hello again, and here are our listings for the coming weeks. And at the cinema, on Monday the 6th, Tuesday the 7th and Wednesday the 8th of March at 8:30 p.m, Babel. And Ceylon Film Society present on Monday the 12th at 8:30 p.m, The Page Turner. And at our theatre, Friday the 2nd of March at 7:30 p.m, we have the National Choral Festivals, that's for second level schools. And that's the National Choral Festival for second level schools, and that's Friday next, 2nd of March at 7:30 p.m. And on Saturday, all day from 10 a.m, we have the National Transition Year Drama Finals, and the last section will be at 7 p.m, followed by the presentation of prizes. And on Friday the 9th and Saturday the 10th at 8 p.m, and Sunday the 11th of March at 3 p.m, Star Makers present The Lion King. And Sunday evening, the 11th of March at 8:30 p.m, Natural Gas in Concert, and that's in association with Lee Valley Enterprise Board. And I've asked to remind you as well about the annual ploughing match. That's Macroom annual ploughing match, and it's on the lands of Susan Buckley, Classes Killinardrish, by kind permission in Macroom, followed by meal, results and social in Coolcar House. Music by Slieve Lokra, and that's on Sunday the 4th of March. Thank you. Now, just to remind you, viewers, that the long-awaited DVD of the pantomime in 2006, Aladdin, is now in stock here at Priory Gap and is available at the box office for €15. So, just to remind all those young people that have been looking for it for the past number of weeks, we finally have it in stock. Thank you.
This is a special interview with Father McCarthy, Spiritual Director of the Pioneers for the Clonard Diocese. The interviewer is Brendan O'Brien.
With me now is Father Eamonn McCarthy, who is the Spiritual Director for the Pioneer Movement in Clonard. Father McCarthy is a curate in Kanturk and at the moment visiting the schools in this area with the message of the Pioneer Movement. Father McCarthy, before we start at all, maybe you could give me a little bit of background on the Pioneers and where it all started.
Sure, Brennan, certainly. The Pioneer Movement traces its history back to Father Theobald Matthew, whose 150th anniversary of his death we celebrated just last year. He started a temperance movement in Cork, which spread the whole country over. And from that, Father James Cullen, a Jesuit, in 1898 began the Pioneer Movement. The famine intervened between the time when Father Matthew started his temperance movement and it decayed somewhat. Father Cullen then stepped in to pick things up and introduce the Pioneer Association in honour of the Sacred Heart of Jesus.
And it was an enormously successful movement in its day and right up to fairly modern times.
Certainly. Now it began very humbly, very simply, a few old ladies, For any out there who think the Pioneers is just old ladies, that's all he had to go on at that time. But he built on it, and it grew into an enormously successful movement right through the early decades of the last century, up to a point where perhaps it reached its peak in Ireland, at least in around the 1960s. And cultural influences and the decline of faith maybe helped to the organisation waned somewhat.
Yes.
But today it's just maybe worth making the point there's 500,000 members in the Pioneers worldwide, and of that 500,000, 150,000 are Pioneers in Ireland today. So it's still holding its own very much and growing in developing countries too.
You mentioned that maybe the decline in the practice of faith to some extent. Faith is a very central part of the Pioneer movement.
It would be a strongly spiritually orientated organisation. The three things the members do is, one is to obviously abstain from alcohol, but they do so out of love for the Sacred Heart of Jesus. And the second thing they would do is pray a prayer in honour of the Sacred Heart of Jesus for his glory and consolation, to make reparation for the sins of intemperance, to make up for those who overdrink, and to give good example. These are the motivating factors. And the third thing Pioneers do is they wear their emblem, the little emblem of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, to remind themselves and others that they have undertaken this pledge for love of Jesus. So
okay, yes. Right. Now, you've been visiting some of the young people in this area today particularly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What is the level of their interest in the message that you're bringing to them?
There's a good question. The young people nowadays are under enormous pressure from within their own peer group and outside. The further influences, say, family relations, but society at large, and especially the advertising industry, influences of all kinds. But they seem to succumb greatest perhaps to peer pressure and are inclined to follow their peers. And in the area of alcohol, it's kind of seen to be cool to drink.
Yes.
But there is good news, because the largest growing section of the Pioneers in Ireland today is among the youth, the young people. So today, thanks be to God, among the 6th class students and the boys and girls, we had 37 altogether took the Pioneer Pledge to abstain from alcohol until they're 18 years of age.
Yes.
So we can rebuild a culture of respect for alcohol, because it's a good thing. We don't condemn alcohol, but certainly we support moderation in terms of alcohol use. But the legal age limit is 18, so what I say to the young people, say, look, legally you're not entitled to drink until you're 18, so at least go a step further. Take this promise, show that you can develop self-control, but do it out of love for Jesus and to make up for those who overindulge.
Yes.
And in that way changing the culture a little.
Yes. I suppose the age group that you're targeting right now, it probably isn't hugely difficult to have them become part of the movement at this stage, sustaining it presumably up through second level school age, particularly maybe when they get to transition year and maybe on to DEBS at that stage after that.
Yes.
Have you any strategies for themselves to get through that period without the level of overindulgence that one fears?
Yes, yeah. Well, it's up to themselves to try to change the mentality. Maybe if I can give an example. In the latest edition of the Pioneer magazine, there's a lovely photograph there of the Bishop of Clogher, who's sitting there with a group of students in a second level school in Monaghan. And in this school, 92 of the first and second years have taken on the pledge to abstain from alcohol. And the vast majority of students in that school have taken the pledge and have reversed the whole mentality and the culture. Instead of it being cool to go and drink with your friends, it's now looked on as silly to go and imbibe with alcohol. But what the Pioneer movement seeks to do with the young people, once they take the pledge and the promise, they can get involved in various quiz and sports activities and talent competitions. So just recently we finished the All-Ireland Pioneer Raiadori, it's called, which is the talent competition. And two students from our own diocese competed and won the All-Ireland final in the recitation competition at junior and senior level. One girl from Newmarket and another girl from Mitchelstown were both pioneers. And so they can see there's many other young pioneers around the country, and many talented young people out there channeling their energies to good instead of to the dangers that alcohol brings with it.
Okay, talk to me about the level of support that the Pioneer movement gives to moderate drinking. You mentioned a little while ago.
Yes, again to emphasize that point, that the Pioneer Total Abstinence Association is not anti-alcohol or anti-drink, but is in favour of moderation, and would look to those who drink moderately to support those who abstain, obviously. But in order to develop, I suppose, a balance or develop a healthy attitude, it is good that we have those who abstain completely from alcohol. In other words, there are many people out there who perhaps don't drink for maybe no special reason, one reason or another, but who obviously are upholding a certain standard in terms of the consumption of alcohol. And we would look to those even who don't take any alcohol, maybe to add this extra dimension, as I say, that spiritualizing their self-denial in order to feed back in, as it were, to the mystical body of Christ in the church, the world, and build that mystical body into a level where there is tolerance and moderation in the use of alcohol. And I might refer to the Bishops of Ireland produced a pastoral letter for Temperance Sunday just a couple of Sundays ago, asking us to moderate our use of alcohol. And there's a number of suggestions in this leaflet where they ask us to refrain, say, from alcohol for the weeks of Lent, or consider drinking non-alcoholic drinks when out with friends. And that way, again, developing a sensible approach to the use of the gift and the goodness that is alcohol.
Okay, finally, what advice do you give, or could you give, to, say, a 16, 17-year-old who has got caught up in alcohol and has come to a place where there is alcohol dependency? Where do they go? What do they do? Does the Pioneer movement have any place for them?
Well, the pioneers will be the first to rally around and to support those who find themselves addicted to alcohol. It doesn't set itself up as an agency where it provides rehabilitation service as such, but would be more than willing to direct people to agencies which do provide rehabilitation. Brewery is a place that comes to mind, where it's an alcohol treatment centre where people can attend and I guess get support in order to help them to ease off the alcohol. Alcoholics Anonymous again gets great support there from the Bishops of Ireland, as once again a support group that people can go and relate their difficulties and their problems. But the key element, both in the places like Brewery and Alcoholics Anonymous, is to rely on the support of a higher power. And again, in the Pioneers, we would direct that towards God, towards Jesus himself, who teaches us the meaning of self-denial and abstinence, and the meaning of, and the importance of prayer, that we do need to depend on God for help.
And there is a Pioneer prayer.
There is.
So
I have the prayer that I pray myself. The one you put in front of me there is for the young pioneers. But the one where we abstain for life, it's for thy greater glory and consolation, O Sacred Heart of Jesus. For thy sake, to give good example, to practice self-denial, to make reparation to thee for the sins of intemperance, and for the conversion of excessive drinkers, I will abstain for life from all intoxicating drinks. So here is a support that the Pioneers do provide to excessive drinkers. It is a prayer. Every morning and night we recite this prayer to help those who are addicted to alcohol, that they might overcome that addiction.
Okay. So, thank you very much indeed,
Thank you,
Father McCarthy, who is the spiritual director of the Pioneers. I think only somebody with their head in the sand would fail to recognize the kind of difficulties that alcohol can bring into home life and community life when it is taken in excess. Father McCarthy has a message for everybody out there that we should be listening to. Thank you, Father McCarthy.
Thank you, Brendan.
We now bring you part one of a selection from the county finals of Scór na Báistí 2007, held recently at Ovens.
Okay, Anish ar san Ryan Duhala, agus an club Short Villain, Tom Orla Collie Legwin, agus Big Orla e Cana Mogila Mar.
Shemaleach Mogila Mar, Shemaleach Agila Mar, Ni Horish Fenin Sunna Shen, O
Regulation Cade Group Ella, Erson Ryan Duhala, representing the Duhallow division. We have Shroy Division, Mill Street, and Mill Street will play for us the Lilting Fishman and White's Favourite. So big welcome please for Mill Street. son Ryan Shandún agus club an Douglas tá Brennan ó Mahuna agus breg Brennan ag canna the bold tenant farmer.
One evening of 8 and 2 Banton I strayed, bound for Clonakilty I was making my way. In Ballinascarthy sometime I delayed, for to wet my old whistle with porter. I spat on my fist and I picked up my stick, and down the cold road like a deer I did trip. I care not for landlord nor bill for all nick, and I sang like a lark in the morning. Tiri-out-out, 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 tum. Tiri-out-out, 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 tum. Tiri-out-out, tiri-out, tiri-out-out, tum. And I sang like a lark in the morning. I scarcely had travelled a mile of the road when I heard the dispute of the farmers abode. The son of the landlord, an ill-looking toad, and the wife of the bold farmer. Oh, what in the world has come over ye all? Not a penny for rent every time that I call. But by next October I'll settle ye all, and you'll all have high road for your garden. The wife of the farmer, she boldly replied, you're as bad as your Ralph on the other side. But the National Land League will bring down your pride, for they're able to bear any storms. For we all joined the Land League on last New Year's Day, and to tell you the truth, we're not going astray. With the clergy to lead us, we'll carry the day, for they'll marshal us all in good order. There's Father O'Leary, the pride of our isle, he's a man who can title ye landlords in style. John Burke and John Dillon, who rank in their file, take care not to tread on their corns. Tiri-out-out, 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 tum. Tiri-out-out, 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 tum. Tiri-out-out, tiri-out, tiri-out-out, tum. Take care not to tread on their corns. He shouted hurrah, and she shouted yoo-hoo, and through the green fields like old Nick he then flew, saying, God save the landlord and poor Ireland too. Agus fág mí siúd mar atá sé.
Okay, leanimid ar leis an géad grúpa eile son Ryan Duhala tá an bóthar buí a going, agus beag an bóthar buí ag damsa the high callca. So chuirgí fáilte mór rih an bóthar buí.
Now we show you highlights of the 2006 Cork Junior Finals between Grenard and Adrigold. Commentary by Paddy Palmer.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Junior Football Championship Final of 2006. As we just check on referee checking likewise, Dave Farrell, he's the match official in charge of it between Adrigold and Grenard, and certainly a most interesting pairing. Talking to a lot of people around the county during the week, they would dearly love that each one of those would be successful in winning a county junior football championship, but sentiment has no part, they say, in sport, and particularly in Gaelic games, and the weather conditions, as you can so rightly imagine here in Park Arena, are absolutely atrocious, and one would imagine that this game will end up as some sort of a lottery, such as the environmental and ground conditions, and the first opportunity comes in the way of the Grenard. I mean, they have a line ball over there to be taken by their probably better known player Tom Kinney. Finds his cousin Mark at centre half forward, who'll move it forward, and Mark Kinney laying it down the line where it comes from James O'Neill, and James O'Neill, the team captain, he has a brother inside toward the full forward line. This is real danger for the Adrigold men, but they survive it and they play the ball out the field where it comes as far as Jason Goggin, and Jason Goggin moving it forward. There's an opportunity for Adrigold now maybe to stamp there, and the ball comes as far as their corner forward. Eamonn Sullivan, and Eamonn Sullivan laying it off quickly as far as Jason Goggin playing it up the field, but it's very close, and it did indeed get out over the line. So the first line ball of the afternoon accruing to the men of Adrigold. Kevin Desmond then a ball towards his team, not captain, but corner forward, and goes out over the line. And I think Adrigold would be pleased enough. Their defensive setup is working very well in this match. And I noticed that when Grenard get possession on the middle of the park, they seem to have a problem of finding the target inside you.
Well, Grenard trying to play the ball outside their forward end party, and the way the ground is at the moment, it's very wet. The ball is shooting off the ground and out over the side end. It's very difficult to play that kind of football there. They can't get the rhythm going at the moment.
And Brendan John O'Sullivan takes the free as far as Kevin John O'Sullivan, but he is beaten on this occasion by, I think, his Mickley hand that walks the ball out the field, and a charge goes in there. Brendan John O'Sullivan using his way to great effect indeed as he tries to level one or two players, but it's going to come out with the football, and Tom Kinney that has it right now, and he gives a lovely ball in as far as Johnny Russell, the midfielder. Johnny Russell has player running down Jerry Russell, and he lays it as far as Mark Kinney laying it on as far as Kevin Desmond, and Kevin Desmond shoots it inside. This is an opportunity. It was an opportunity for Grenard, but unfortunately for them it ran and out for a wide ball, and the Adrigold, a huge Adrigold falling there, sensed that maybe something was on in terms of a Grenard score. That we watch, and that's Grenard's path to the final. The kick out is on his way from Mike Phil O'Sullivan, who's going to catch it in the middle of the path. The man that caught it was pushed in the back, and there's a free in there. I think it was Johnny Russell that was the player that was fouled, and we'll tell you who the free taker is. 45 metres out from the Adrigold goal as Mark Kinney comes across this one, the centre half forward, and these Kinneys and the Russells, all cousins in the Grenard outfit. And of course Grenard, an unusual setup for these two clubs is that they were both beaten, if you like, in county finals the same year by the same team. You can be figuring that one out and tell us about it a little later on, but it happened in 2004 where Adrigold fell to Ahabullock. Then Ahabullock had to go back and play the Mid-Cork final against Grenard, and had they lost in that day, Grenard would be county champions. So you can say there was two county finals, but the ball is walked out here, and Tim O'Shea walks it out as far as Cian Green. O'Sullivan, oh, what driving play by this young player as he works his way forward, and then laying the ball off. The ball coming in out to midfield towards Barry Goggin laying it off quickly as far as Pat O'Sullivan, the electrician, driving it forward, hoping to find the full forward side, Paul Glyn O'Sullivan. He's more of a playmaker than a score getter, but then he lets it off quickly as far as O'Sullivan. This is Kevin John O'Sullivan, the Scholar, and Kevin John O'Sullivan, the second year Thomond College student, as he lays it off to O'Sullivan again. Well, you'll be quite clear that there are mostly O'Sullivans, but this time he ain't an O'Sullivan to get it. It's the Grenard cornerback, and he works his way out the field. But is there a bit of an interception? There is an interception here, and the ball could come as far as Green. Can he get down on top of it? The referee, or not the referee, the Grenard man says he won't, because I'm going to win possession, and away come Grenard. Close to the sideline here, very close indeed, but it's won indeed by Adrian O'Neill. And Adrian O'Neill, remember the two O'Neill brothers are on this team, and they're both Edinburgh placed. I won't say they play over in Edinburgh, one of them an engineer and the other is student, and they travel over and back for games, and what an achievement that is as we watch now. The man driving forward, John O'Shea, the right cornerback, laying it off as far as Brendan John O'Sullivan, now back in university. He's a first year student all again as the ball is moved forward, and studying to doing a PE course in UCC, and I'll tell you more about him a little later on, but I'm watching Barry Goggin, the 21-year-old, to Brendan John O'Sullivan. What did I tell you? Well, I tell you about O'Sullivan. from Brendan John O'Sullivan, and it's probably fair to say that other players, after the injury that he sustained during the year in terms of a back injury, had an operation in his back around May or sometime, without a football for quite a while. A lot of got turned up and watched this particular match. It's a huge following in from Beara, a huge following as well in from the mid-court division, in support of each other on a day that's really, really special. And you know something, it's the first time that I've seen a double where a number of neutrals would like all of the 4 teams to emerge victorious. It says something about the character, maybe the hard luck stories down through the years of all, but here though, it's the men of the working the ball inside, and I noticed the player that's gone forward there is Seamus Coleman, is the man. Seamus Coleman, Angus Duggan gone off, and Seamus Coleman into the side, and this guy back after injury, an opportunity for the men of Grenagh certainly to put this one over the bar, as there's a little bit of a ticking operation down there, and the man who receives a card for that charge I think was Shane Joe O'Sullivan, the under 21 player. And there's about 5 or 6 of these Addergold players which are part of the Bear under 21 squad a few weeks ago when they emerged victorious in the county under 21 football championship. But here it's all about Martin Barry, the free taker, and the kicker's coming in and out for a wide ball, and Martin Barry just holds his hands to his head and says, I wish that had gone over the bar. And certainly just things like that happen on days like this, as Addergold lead by 5-0, Scór 27 first half minutes gone.
Indeed, and I saw these players kicking some magnificent points against Corsi Rovers in the semi-final. I think Grenagh have reorganised the small, but they brought Mark Kenny for his size out to midfield, and that over the last 5 or 6 minutes has made a big difference. They're winning more ball around the middle of the field, and they are playing into a very strong breeze. So it isn't, the cause seems good enough for Grenagh, but they need to get their scores on the board.
Kick out will be coming from Mike Phil O'Sullivan as we watch the 2 most colourful supporters here in the stand. One of them with the Santa Claus outfit, and the man from Castown Bear. He's dressed in black and white from, as they said last week, from the soles of his feet to 4 feet over his head, as we watch the Grenagh trying to get that score before half time. And will they, I wonder, and gone back there, surely there was a foul there, I would imagine, on Gerard Green as he came forward, and the ball will be moved up the field a little bit, and an opportunity now maybe for Addergold to lift the siege of the Grenagh, who are peppering their goal there for the past couple of minutes. But it's now time for Addergold maybe to settle it down a little bit, and Tim O'Shea, the man who was has led by example on numerous days for the men of Addergold, he's taking his free from behind his own 65 and straight into the hands. He won't be pleased about that one, into Jerry Russell. Russell gives it out the far side of the field. It's still around the middle of the park as the rain comes down here on this day where Grenagh and Addergold are doing their best to entertain us. It's Johnny Russell that has it now. Johnny Russell gives in as far as Donny Doggan, and Donny Doggan give it out over there. It's still behind on the Addergold side of the field, but now coming forward is Jerry Russell, and Jerry Russell back inside to John Russell. John Russell is after finding the centre back Donny Doggan, who's come down the field. Brendan Gerard Sullivan's man, and Brendan Jarr heading down towards goal as well. He probably sensed that something could be on here. The ball now is with Seamus Coleman, and Seamus Coleman, the man who's come into the side, who's certainly making a bit of a difference, and he's held up over there. He plays the ball quick as far as Donny Dog on the centre back, but he's up in attacking territory onto the 20-metre line, down the sideline. If a ball will be thrown across, this could be a real danger, and we wait and see what's going to happen here. Danger has been averted. The ball is out. The free is to Addergold as we come to the 13th minute of this match, and it's Addergold who lead on a scoreline of 5 points to no score, and they're certainly living dangerously down in that end of the pitch right now. We've had a score for the 20 minutes was the last time we had a score in this game. Here the ball has been worked forward now. Can Addergold get it? Mike Phillips, not Mike Phillips, my apologies to you. Paul Glynn O'Sullivan that has it, and Paul Glynn O'Sullivan gives the ball, well, not away, but it's cut out by Mick Lehan, and Mick Lehan then gives it back to Raymond Doggan. Doggan coming down the line and bringing the ball in as far as midfield is Anthony Kenny. Kenny then with a lovely left-footed chip, hoping to get it inside, but it's this Carey that comes out with it, I wonder, and the ball has been worked forward. It is Carey, he gives it in as far as not Gerard Green, but Kieran Green O'Sullivan back as far as Carey, and the right corner back is grounded there, and the free will be in to the men of Addergold, and Dave Fall is the rator. Brendan Gerard O'Sullivan is saying, look, I want to take this free as fast as I can, because he knows that half time is on its way, and he's about to take this free. Brendan Gerard O'Sullivan is letting it off, and what distance he has travelled. The referee said that he must take it again, I think, but Brendan Gerard O'Sullivan certainly had moved that a little bit forward, Jim.
Yeah, I think he went a bit too far forward. He was going to have a cut off it, but I think the referee's going to throw in the ball at this stage, Paddy. He took it too far. The referee's going to throw in the ball, a correct decision.
correct decision by the Ray Tour DFL as we come to the half-time break here. 30 minutes gone, but there will be 1 or 2 minutes of injury time because of injuries to various players during that first half, and certainly great credit we must say to all players for putting on the show here. It's Gwynedd who win the better of that throw-in ball, and they have the ball in midfield. What play by Cam Kinney as he moves forward. Oh, laid it off quickly. This is a lovely movement by Tyg Watson. Has it now back as far as Kinney, and Kinney decides that he's going to blaze it, and unfortunately for him and for the men of Gwynedd, it went out for a wide ball, but it was beautiful movement by Tom Kinney down the centre. And I would suggest to you, Jim Nolan, that the situation at half-time when they've had no score is not a fair reflection on the amount of possession they've had.
No, playing into a very strong breeze, and but they have 7 wides to 3 for Adrigol. 3 magnificent points from Brendan Jarrett, so that's the difference at the moment. Adrigol are not playing are not as much in command as they were earlier in the game. Gwynedd are coming more and more into the game, and like you say, if once Gwynedd get a score on the board, they could be on their way. But a goal in this game party is going to be vital. We're always saying that the last couple of games we haven't seen goals, but in the conditions down there, a goal is going to be vital to either side.
Yes, and that goal we're yet waiting for, Jim. We've watched 3 or 4 games at various levels of championship over the past couple of weeks, but the ball is right across here, where it's taken by Barry Goggin, the under-21 player. Barry Goggin coming in from midfield. Oh, lovely ball, and he laid outside and just caught for over-carrying there. To be fair to the referee, he's interpreting the law as has been presented to him, and the referee looks at his watch. Dave Fallon from Mitchelstown is the man in charge of this one, who's done a good job in the first half. The half-time whistle has blown, and it's Adrigol who go to the dressing room, the sanctuary of their dressing room, leading on a scoreline of 5 down in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. It's level pegging, 1-4 apiece between Wolfstone and it. Yes, indeed, and welcome back, and you couldn't come back at a more appropriate time because the second half has just commenced here. Gwynedd have probably made 1 or 2 changes in terms of personnel as the ball has been broken as far as Anthony Kinney. He's driving forward. Remember now, it's Adrigol who are playing against the wind, and we've just got to wait a minute, who do we have to wish happy birthday to Santi's wife? No, this fellow would chance anything. He called here at half-time to us, but he's trying to give us the impression that his wife is only 40 today. And also we've been asked to say hello to Helen Connolly from Bantry. When I call this out, I reckon that is going to cost me seriously, who's on the sweeper today, and this comes from a guy called Patrick Manning. We take out chances as we watch Gwynedd come in search of that elusive first score at half-time here. It's 5 points to 4 down in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. I gave it the wrong score before half-time. It's Ayrton's own who lead there on the score line of 1-5 to 1-4. The correct half-time score here. There's an opportunity for Gwynedd as the ball has been worked in as far as Jerry Russell, and the ball taken away from him. There's good defending in the first couple of minutes of this game. The ball coming out as far as Derek Carey, the team captain, Muntor Sculla. He earns a free out for the Adrigol men. They have survived the first couple of opportunities, Jim. Gwynedd laying down exactly what they're going to do to play it in long, but the Adrigol defence measured up very well in the first 2 attacks.
They did well, Paddy, but the breeze, as we said, has picked up, and it's going to be difficult to play the ball out the field every time. But the only thing what Bala will be, or the Adrigol will be able to do is to break quickly into the space, and they have the players up there that seem very dangerous.
Now they were running forward, and the ball is now coming as far as Gerald Green. Green goes to ground. He's about 50 metres off his own goal. He doesn't overplay it. Cute play by him, and that was a bit rough, just as the referee said that he did handle the ball in the ground. He was nearer to it than we were, and so Gwynedd now build another attack. The third in this, in the first minute and a half, in the second half, a big one dropping down. The ball being broken, and it comes out as far as Gwynedd men attacking forward here, goes to ground, and how he's expected. Bood went in there. The referee didn't spot that one, and he did the second time of asking, and it's a free out to Adrigol. One of the Adrigol players down injured. Medical really stupid now. It's the only difference between these sides, because for tenacity and everything else, there's nothing at all between them.
Absolutely, Paddy. There's nothing between the 2 teams. It's just that Adrigol got those scores early on. There's still 15 minutes to go. Plenty of time to get back 4 points up, Paddy.
And they're looking like it now. Seamus Coleman is the man that has it, and he plays the ball out the field, but Adrigol ain't going to make it easy for them. Well, they were never meant to make it easy for anybody. It's Martin Barry that has it now. He hit a lovely ball in as far as Kinney, and Kinney is inside, and the ball just goes out for a wide ball, and there was absolutely nothing in that. A Gwynedd man holds his hand to the head there. They know that maybe that goal that Jim Nolan has talked about could have come on that occasion. As Tom Kinney went in, the ball was knocked away from him, and the man who Raymond Dawgan was the player that was sort of at the end of it, and it went out for him, and that, Jim, and you're so right in what you're saying, that if that had gone into the net, you certainly would be favouring Gwynedd big time.
Absolutely, Paddy. A goal either way here is going to make an awful difference. But that ball was kicked in long. I think it was Jerry Rustin side, the ball broke down, and this will show you Raymond Dawgan, the cornerback, was up there. He had pulled on the ball on the ground, hit the side netting.
It's again Grenache coming forward, but the resolute, tight-backing defence that is Adrigole. Oh, they've given the ball away once again. Not going to criticise anybody for giving a ball away. Who's going to get it over there? It's Grenache. They're about 20 metres out from the Adrigole goal, and they're being surrounded. If you were dropped in from Mars and you were asked to explain this game, you'd have a rather difficult time to describe what's going on right in front of us. There's about 55 different forms of scrums, ball being held up left, right and centre as Adrigole defend manfully their 4-point lead, 5 points to 1. 18 first half minutes, second half minutes, the ball is breaking in as far as Kevin Desmond hopping the ball in the ground and then taken away from him. Who works it out the field? I think it's Jason Goggin, and I'm operating on the fact that it looked like a Goggin that brought it out, but it's taken away from him, and the kick is coming in. Is it over the bar? It is over the bar, and that's another Grenache point. And Tom Kinney was the man that got it. Is it Tom Kinney gets his second and Grenache's second point of the afternoon? He punches the air and driving it forward. This guy who was doing his all, and all of the players out there, regardless of what club they're from, they are doing their all for this very, very coveted title. You've got to win your division and then win a county to secure the county cup. They tell me there's no name in this trophy. It is the most coveted trophy in football in County Cork. It's 5 points to 2 in favour of Adrigole.
Not a good point by Tom Kinney, but again I make the point that Adrigole aren't doing themselves any favours. Their backs are playing very well inside, winning that ball, but when they look up there's no one down the field. Even Brendan Journow is going very deep. They're not able to get the ball up to their own forwards. It's all Grenache instead.
All Grenache, and Kinney again a lovely ball across, but just as a little tackle came in, they took the ball away from him, and it's now walking down the field. It's Tim O'Shea. What's Tim O'Shea going to do? And the Adrigole men not having anybody up front is obviously a problem. Now over there we noticed the Conor Fischel, the Grenache substitute who came on a couple of minutes ago, and this guy knows how to play Gaelic football as he lays it up the line, but it's cut off by Adrigole as they Phil O'Sullivan. He's there full forward, but he's down the side of the field here. Now there's a good race on here. Kevin Gerard Sullivan is the man that's running onto it, a famous name as he moves from the 65 to the 45. He's still carrying forward. He's a bit light in stature, 19 or 20 years of age, and he's still holding it up. Maybe he can put it onto the right foot. He holds it up no more because he goes to ground, and then he tries to get the ball away, but Grenache back there, and they're going to rob him clean and decent. Mickey Han, the Ferramore on the Grenache outfit. I'm sure the weather conditions like this are absolutely no problem to him, and there's a foul then. What have we got? Airn Zone, 1 goal in 8. Wolf Tones, 1 goal in 4. 18 minutes gone in the second half. There, 20 minutes gone here. And Tom Kinney, the Cork senior hurler and would-be footballer, is moving forward with style and panache and doing his all for the men of Grenache as he goes to ground, as he does everything forward. But then there was somebody came in there and took the ball away from an Adrigole point of view. The man that took it in was Kieran O'Sullivan Green. And the ball, the free is to Adrigole, a senti applause, and so do all the Adrigole people. They know that if they can survive another 9 minutes, they could be Crown County Junior Football champion. They're only 3 points ahead, and they haven't scored a point since the 28th minute. Brendan John O'Sullivan has it, trying to get off his marker. It's going to be a difficult one for him, and he caught for overcarrying there. And that's certainly a rough justice on a day that is fairly difficult to do anything right in terms of Gaelic football. But the referee is the man in charge. He makes the decision. Russell gives it to Kinney, and Brendan John O'Sullivan has it. How he got away with that tackle, I'll never know. And O'Sullivan down, and Brendan John O'Sullivan lays out this fella here, and a bit of a scrap going on between Tom Kinney and himself and the referee. This is real trouble now for Brendan John O'Sullivan, as the referee is being called by the linesman, and this could be a real rough call indeed.
I don't know what happened there, Paddy. The ball had been played into the corner, and I think that Brendan Jar seemed to get he's after getting a straight red, Paddy. He seemed to knock one of the number 9 for Grenache, which is John Russell, and the linesman was standing right beside it. He called the referee's attention, and Brendan Jar's got a straight red card. It's an awful loss to Adrigole this stage.
So now we have a situation down here where a man has been sent off, and now we notice that there's another tackle here. I wonder what's going to go on about this one. The referee is going to just ensure that he's going to throw it in between a player from either side, as Brendan John O'Sullivan is down here underneath this disconsolate and just simply can't believe that he's been laid off and sent off, and you now fancy the opportunities that are presented themselves to the Grenache as Adrigole Star has gone to be put under strict pressure right now. Now the time for Grenache. They have the numerical advantage, and this could be vital on a day like today. The scoreboard says 5 points to 2. There was 23 second half minutes gone when this decision was taken, and whether it is going to have a real deciding factor in this game, one remains to be seen. It's a free into Grenagh to be taken by Tom Kinney from the middle of the 45-metre line as he lobs it forward, and this is a real danger one. They're punching over the bar, and we wait and see who got that one. The man running out there, and we'll check and see that the ball has gone over the bar. Seamus Coleman, I think it was Seamus Coleman. Seamus Coleman came across and got a fist at it and put it over. Whether it was or it wasn't, it matters nothing, because it's 5 points to 3, 2 between them as we enter the dying 7 minutes, and Adrigole now decide that they are going to make a change for the remainder of the match. Brendan Gerard Sullivan now moving up and down the line, encouraging his side on, as he can only do now from this vantage point, and Adrigole have decided to make a change for the remainder of this match, and I'm sure that the guy they were talking about bringing on, we'll check in a minute, but certainly it's in the melting pot now, Jim.
It is indeed, Paddy, and you could have even that ball being there. It's a great flick by, I think, to Seamus Coleman inside in the full forward, and the ball could have gone anywhere. It went over the bar. It's going to be some last 5 minutes or 5 minutes at this stage, Paddy.
We wait and see what's going to happen now as Grenagh come forward and set up those 2 points. As the ball is with the Tim O'Shea over there, and what's O'Shea going to do with it? Plays it down the field, but only there are the Grenagh men as they come in search of that other elusive a couple of points. Kinney has it once again. What dynamic play by Kinney. He drives it inside. Oh, and it just went out for a wide ball as a fisted effort came in. But Tom Kinney single-handedly, well, I won't say single-handedly, there are other guys around him, but he certainly is measuring up to the big ass today and playing out of his skin from Grenagh. But just in case you've joined us late, or that you've come in from another planet, we can tell you the scoreboard says 5 points to 3 in favour of Adrigole. But Adrigole's talesman, most inspirational player, Brendan Gerard Sullivan, has been sent off, and Adrigole haven't scored since the 28th minute of the first half, and Grenagh have scored 5 unanswered points in the second half. 2 from McKinney and also from Seamus Coleman, who used a fist to great effect to make it 5 points to 3, and we are 25 minutes gone. Now is the time for people of Adrigole and their players to stand up. Can they do it, I wonder? The ball is in the situation here, danger on the ground, but Adrigole, can they get inside, I wonder? As ball is 45 metres out, and Grenagh won it back. Adrigole win it, take it from them, and it's, I'll tell you something, you should watch what we are trying to experience here. The referee has gone in. He has indicated that he's going to throw it up between a player from either side. Hugh Buckley is the man that's been brought into the Adrigole side, the man who's based in England, and who this could be a memorable day for him. We'll tell you more about that a little later on, but certainly, Jim, a surreal situation has enveloped the stadium from an Adrigole point of view.
It has indeed. Well, Brendan Gerard, their tellies, man, he's gone off. Silly really, Paddy, if he hit the man off the ball in such an important game. But Adrigole are fighting tooth and nail. They're not giving they're not giving you anything yet. They give you anything soft. This game can go either way. A goal above and the other end. There's only 4 minutes to go now this stage, Paddy, and Adrigole are dying and just hanging on there.
Now it's carrying forward once again, and we'd like to welcome listeners right across County Cork to our coverage of the 2006 County Junior Football Championship final between Grenagh from the Muskerry Division and Adrigole. And neither of these clubs have ever won a County Junior Football Championship. Adrigole did win the intermediate when they elected to go up after a sequence of losing finals, but Grenagh have never ever won it. At the moment they trail 5 points to 3, but for those of you who haven't the full story in this game, Adrigole dominated early on, but down the line now goes the right half back, and that is Jason Goggin. Goggin giving it further inside as far as Hugh Buckley, and Hugh Buckley is robbed by this man Kevin Desmond. Kevin Desmond across the 13-metre line, and they work it out the field where it comes as far as James O'Neill, the Edinburgh-based engineer and team captain of Grenagh. He gives it as far as Conor Fitzgerald, up as far as Seamus Coleman. The substitutes combine for the cause of the village of Grenagh, and we wait and see what will develop from this scrum over here. It's Grenagh moving forward in the right corner back. Was he fouled, I wonder? The Raytor on this occasion says he wasn't, and Adrigole try and bring it out. We'll tell you something, that this is pulsating stuff. Maybe not great Gaelic football. It was never going to be great Gaelic football when we woke up this morning and saw what the Lord had delivered in terms of weather. But it's now a situation where Adrigole are hanging on by their absolute fingernails to their 2-point lead. The linesman comes in and says to the referee, how much injury time are we going to play? Yes, and the PR staff up there in telling us that they don't want Minters to go in on the line. Down the line it goes here, and it's very close to the sideline. It's held in play though. It's by McLehan, and McLehan who took it out. It's a line ball to Adrigole. A line ball to the men of Adrigole as they lead by 5 points to 3. 28 minutes gone. Can they survive? The ball is with their man at the middle of the park, Tim O'Shea, and O'Shea is driving forward, giving the ball away once again. It's Grenagh who have it as they work it towards Mark Kinney. Mark Kinney is the centre half forward as far as Tom Kinney, not Tom Kinney but Johnny Russell, and Johnny Russell is fouled. What a game, Jim, in terms of excitement.
Fantastic game, great endeavour from both teams. The goal, as you say, hanging on by the skin of their teeth. Grenagh throwing everything into attack, trying to get their scores back.
And it's Raymond Dorgan has it. Is it gone out over the line? It's a line ball to the men of Grenagh. A metre down from the corner flag. The line ball has been taken. Dorgan kicks it inside. It's a huge one in terms of where it's dropping. The ball landing into the hands of this man wearing number 10, Tyg Walsh. Tyg Walsh has been surrounded. He get the ball out. He did get it out successfully to a Grenagh man, I would think, at the moment. But it's Adrigole who have robbed it. Can they survive, I wonder? They're the Grenagh man and the tough over there. And the Adrigole man going in a solo run down the line. And over there, Shooley's gone out over the line. It's a line ball to Adrigole once again. The scoreboard says 5 points to 3. Will they survive, I wonder? They've been Adrigole. Or can Grenagh score 2 points? 29 minutes, 44.372 seconds gone in the second half of the 2006 Junior Football Championship as a pair of fingernails have disappeared down through the esophagus of a young Adrigole supporter here in front of us. 5 points to 3 the scoreboard in the Evening Echo sponsored 2006 Junior Football Championship, Jim.
Real endeavour out there, Paddy. You have to admire all these players. Adrigole, the way they've hung on since Brendan Jur got sent off. You know, I can see him over the side. I must be killing him at this stage. You know that he isn't out there to help them their fight home. He did his bit in the first half with those superb scores he got. But at the moment, there's a Grenagh player down injured. The referee has stopped the watch, which is important because at the moment we've gone over the 30 minutes. There possibly is a couple of. I'm not too sure if they flip the board over, but there will be a couple of minutes at least of injury time.
No doubt there'll be a couple of minutes of injury time. But it's here being carried forward. It's Adrigole who still have it. Can they get the ball down the line, I wonder? They have the ball 65 metres out from the Grenagh goal. This has been a real tough match, and the man that has it is Cian Green O'Sullivan. He's 21 years of age. He gives it to another man called Paul the Glyn O'Sullivan. Glyn gives it to Hugh Buckley. Buckley, it just slips away from him at the most inappropriate time. But let's not fault any man alive or dead in this situation, as the all tooth and nail stuff for the V. They talk about a little parish. These are two little clubs that so richly deserve their day in the sun. Excuse the ferocious pun. Ain't no sun around here, but it's pelting down with rain. The conditions are absolutely awful. There are 31 minutes gone in the second half of this game, and Tom Kinney is in there. What a game this man has played. I'm sure he's a serious contender. Win, lose or draw for man of the match. The man that has it now is Kevin Desmond for Grenagh. He comes to the 65-metre line. He's moving toward the 45 and he's moved the ball in. Can they get it out? No, they've got it over there. Shane Joe Sullivan has it, and Shane Joe is fouled. Is the referee now going to throw it in between a player from either side? A yellow card has been shown to a Grenagh man, and Shane and the referee, I thought there was a glorious moments here. Mark Kinney is the player in question. I think he's been sent off, Jim.
Yeah, I think so, Paddy. It looks like a second yellow card, and he's just been sent off. We're into injury time at this stage, but he is a vital player for Grenagh. But there can't be that much left now, Paddy. 32 minutes gone. Adrigole, as we say, still hanging on in there, defending brilliantly. Derek Harris in the back has been outstanding for them also.
It has been a day when all players, subs and all others, have given their all for both clubs. Tom Kinney lobs a huge one in. It's in around the goal. It's caught inside. And what's going to happen? The goalkeeper is out with it. What a day this man has, as Adrigole live to fight another day. The referee blows the full-time whistle, and it's all over. Adrigole have won the County Junior Football Championship, and what a day it has been for them. For their county chairman is Peter O'Sullivan, the secretary. What a lady, Marie Goggin. The treasurer Brian Blake, and one of the subs as well. And I'm
officials, Jamie Fromm and his team of officials who under trained conditions did such a great job today. And without further ado now, I will hand it up to Scór, Pearson or Monaco to give it to young Kerry.
That's our programme for tonight. Thanks for watching. Good night and good luck.
Of all the money e'er I had, I spent it in good company, and of all the harm I've ever done, alas, it was to none but me. Of all that I've done in want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. If I had money enough to spend and leisure time to sit a while, there is a fair maid in this town that surely has my heart beguiled. Her rosy cheeks and ruby lips, I own she has me heart enthralled. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Of all the comrades ere I had, they'll be sorry for my going away. And of all the sweethearts ere I had, they'd wish me one more day to stay. But since it fell into my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and softly